As you know, ladies and gentlemen, I have been a regular critic of the FBI as led by Director Ray. But on one level, they are doing an outstanding job. I can't praise them enough. In concert with the U.S. Southern Attorney's Office and the U.S. Eastern District Office, they have been going after those agents of Red China, mainland China, who have infiltrated our business community, our political community, our cultural community, our academic community, and are spending millions and millions and millions of dollars to covert our process. George Venezuelas, who works for John Catsimatidis, former FBI director, right here in Lower Manhattan, will be proud of this because we have had conversations of how this is their most serious work to break the back of the Red Chinese infiltration that affects so many communities. Let's first start out with the fact that the Red Chinese know that our politicians, both Democrats and Republicans, want to put their beak in the trough. They don't care if it's American money or foreign money. The more money, the better. As led by Eric Adams, swagger man with no plan.
Show me the money. Show me the money. That's what it's all about.
They know it. They take full advantage of it. They know that these elected officials will go wherever the money is given. And Eric Adams was asked a question recently, how many times did you go to Red China with a member of your staff, a registered agent of the Red Chinese government, Winnie Greco? How many times have you been there, Eric?
I don't recall how many times. My first trip, I don't even think I was the elected official when Tracy and I went on a vacation. So I don't recall the exact number of times that I've traveled there. I'm not sure. I don't recall the exact number of times.
Boy, if you say that in court, you're dead. You're gone. They're going to put you in jail for 25 years, you liar. You've been there 7 times that we know of, probably many more. And by the way, the FBI had raided the offices and the homes of Winnie Greco and confiscated all her materials. That's why Eric Adams is schwitzing, because of that Red Chinese connection. But now we have breaking news.
Breaking news, WABC.
As first brought to your attention weeks ago in July, I had mentioned that the FBI from the Eastern District, diligently doing their job, had raided the home of Linda Sun and her husband, Christopher Yu, in Manhasset, Long Island, a gated community. And they raided it 2 times in one day and took everything out. Well, moments ago, an indictment was unsealed as both were arrested in the early morning raid again and taken to downtown Brooklyn Federal Court. And what you are going to hear now is problematic for us all. You may say to yourself, who is Linda Sun? Linda Sun has been indicted because when she worked for Andrew Evil Eyes Cuomo, that's right, Andrew, I know you're listening now because you're sweating bullets, and she was your agent liaison. And when she was the deputy chief of staff for Kathy Hochul, which means nonsense, and we know she's a grifter, her and her husband, she actually had skewed public statements made by Governor Cuomo and Governor Hochul that appeared to be Chinese-friendly solutions to Red China. Oh, I see. Hey, Cuomo, you got any comments on that, Hochul? Sun and you also laundered kickbacks she received from Red China and the Chinese Communist Party to buy that $4 million Long Island home in Manhasset. And this is right from the indictment and why Cuomo and Hochul may be in real big trouble. Both Sun and her husband Yu, while appearing to serve the people of New York as deputy chief of staff within the New York State Executive Chamber, Linda's son and her husband actually worked to further the interests of the Chinese government and the CCP. The illicit scheme enriched Linda's son's family to the tune of millions of dollars. I demand now, why has Kathy Holcomb remained quiet about this ever since I broke this story in July? The grifter-in-chief of New York State. Excelsior, she says. Upwards and onwards. Of graft, of greed, of grifting. It is incumbent that the governor finally speak on this. The deputy chief of staff was using her offices to enhance the profile of the Red Chinese, to actually create language that was favorable to Red China that came from both Kathy Holcomb and from Andrew Evil Eyes Cuomo. And how much was she getting? Millions of dollars from the Red Chinese. Were there any kickbacks to Holcomb and her grifter husband? Let's follow the money. Were there any kickbacks to Andrew Evil Eyes Cuomo, who was always getting wine, dined, and pocket line and never cared where the money came from? The plot thickens. Justin Alec, where did you hear it first? Breaking news right here with Curtis Sliwa. Breaking news. That's why you got to listen to the Rip and Read. That's why this is the highest rated segment in the afternoon, bar none. Because I deliver, ladies and gentlemen. And Holcomb, I hope you find your way, you and your grifter husband, right into a big federal cell that you can share for maybe even grifting Red Chinese foreign money.